This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Well, hello there, Jody.
Hey, Bruce. How are you?
I am good. I thought we could have just kind of a general conversation this week about something that a lot of bigger people feel stress and maybe a little fear around.
Okay.
And that is going to the doctor or dealing with medical professionals.
Yes.
There is, there's a lot of stress around being a bigger person in society in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea of having to go to the doctor, sometimes it's not not great.
Yeah.
Not great.
A lot of people don't like going to the doctor.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Right.
And then adding possible, discrimination or fat shaming or all that, stuff on top of it, and then even just having, body shame issues and, having to go to the doctor and they're like, oh, strip down and put this thing on. And I'll be back in I'm like, wait, what? I just...
Right.
I had something with my knee. I don't need to get naked for this, I don't think.
What am I doing? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the problem of, I know for me, I've dealt with it, in a small amount, going to the doctor and, if you're expecting them, you're knowing that you're going to go in and they're going to be like, you need to lose weight. Mm-hmm. So you get that and whatever, fine. But there are people who go and they have some kind of problem that is not related to their weight. Right. And the doctors basically...
They find a way to make it...
They tie it into that.
Yeah.
So that makes it very difficult to want to go...
Yeah, and actually take care of yourself and get things...
Right.
Taken care of, whatever it is.
And like you said, it's a scary enough thing, experience for some people to say, okay, I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm
going to spend all this money going to the doctor, more than likely.
Right.
Because who knows whatever health insurance you have or don't have. And it's a big deal to actually get in there and get things.
And you'd like it to be a good experience.
Yeah, I'm paying a lot of money. This should be a good experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody's paying a lot of money for this. And and I think I've seen a few, I don't really know how you do it, but I feel like maybe there is something out there and I just don't know. We need to find like a fat positive or body positive doctor list. I don't even know how you
the cool thing is that some people have kind of taken that up.
Okay. I was like, I'm sure there's got to have something
where there are definitely groups I know here in Portland that there are like fat positive Facebook groups that talk specifically about this. I'm looking for a doctor for this thing, for whatever it is, and who should I go to?
Yeah.
They've also started lists. There's like a spreadsheet or something where they've put in lists of doctors that are fat friendly or that are, a little more body positive
sensitive
and
about whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, they're not going to, talk to you about weight or activity or anything like that, but they're going to approach it in a way that doesn't feel dehumanizing.
Yeah. And I also think that as a patient, you also need to maybe go into it saying, this is my, whatever I'm coming in here for, sprained knee or whatever issue it is. This is the issue that I'm coming in here for. I don't want them, the doctor or the nurse, whoever, talking to me about weight loss or that I need to lose weight or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I think you can
advocate
for yourself and say, this is the issue and I don't want to talk about this.
And it's sad.
And they should.
Yeah. It's sad that you have to do this, but it is, it's part of it. And if you go in and you are prepared to, it's not like you have to be prepared to do battle. You just have to be prepared to be like, hey, look,
have to, stand up for yourself and say, this is the reason I came in here, not my weight.
Right. So,
and if that's not something you can do, then I'll go somewhere else. We got elves on the roof.
Yeah, there's something upstairs going crazy. If you hear explosions, don't mind those.
Whatever. But yeah, I think
advocating for yourself is big. It's really important.
And it's difficult. I totally understand that, because it's like you have to just be like, hey, this is the reason I'm coming in here for. I don't want to have the doctor talking to me about my weight, or that every problem I have comes back to that.
Right.
I don't want any of that kind of talk.
Right.
That's,
And if you lay that out, then, and that's something that I see in these groups, is that they're really saying, don't be afraid to ask for what you need. Don't be afraid to advocate.
Yeah, they work for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like...
And don't be afraid to change doctors.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't have to stay with...
Yeah, just because you've been going to your family practitioner or everyone or whoever.
Right. If it's a bad experience, don't stay,
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
And I think that goes, not even just your general doctor, like dentists or
anybody,
therapists or any sort of health professional, anyone that's, doing any of that stuff. I think you just need to, say, this is what's going on with me. And, I have a lot of, great people in my life that are, advocates for themselves. And it's very inspiring to see that. And it's like, okay, you need to just take kind of responsibility for your body and just be like, hey, this is what's going on.
Right.
This is what I need. And I think that, that sort of bleeds into a lot of different aspects in your life.
Totally.
I think that's a big thing when it comes to doctors and whoever, sort of health professional people or shamans or
anybody,
witch doctors or whatever,
or
herbalists, whatever you're saying. Yeah.
Subject of witch doctors. It's a heavy conversation first.
We're going to try your home brew.
I brewed a beer.
Oh, boy.
And we are
Look out, he's opening it.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Is it going to it's carbonated.
It's carbonated.
But not too much.
Ooh, smells like homebrew.
Oh. What does that mean?
Well,
homebrew has a feet smell?
It has a distinct... I don't know how you would describe the homebrew smell, but it's...
I was like, what does that mean?
I don't know if it's feet. I'll let you try it first, then I'll tell you.
Okay. So
it's an IPA.
IPA? Okay, I was like, what type of...
a double IPA.
Oh.
Yep, twice the IPA.
Lovely.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to smell it.
Okay,
now.
So this was my first homebrewing experience.
Oh, smells really caramely.
Good. Homebrewing experience on my own, and you could say there were some, interesting developments as all right. Well, never mind.
Oh, there's like little chunkies in there.
Yeah, there's stuff at the bottom. That's okay. That's
part of it.
That's part of the process. Mine, there might be a little more than a professional brewer's, but yeah, there were supposed to be 12 bottles of beer by the time I was done. I had a small kit from... Yeah,
you had the carboy thing over there. I saw that.
Man Crates.
Oh, okay.
The company called Man Crates does these different kits.
Oh, they send you whatever, yeah.
And they sent one over to me, and they asked what I wanted, and I said that I wanted to try the beer brewing kit. So I did the 1 gallon kit for craft brew, and I did an IPA, and most of the process went well.
Okay.
Then we got to bottling. Bottling was difficult, Jody. I lost a lot of beer during the bottling process.
Were you drinking it?
No, I was wearing it really, and it was the way that you're supposed to have the you have to have the bottle lower.
I've done it.
The container for your beer is supposed to be up higher than where you bottle.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get it up high enough, and the stuff that was in there in the bottom of the container got caught in the tubing and all of that. So trying to get that out, that was not fun.
Okay.
But
what stuff was in there? I'm confused.
The stuff that's
in your glass right there?
So
didn't you put all this stuff in like a bag in a mesh?
No.
Oh.
No, this process was very specific as to how it was supposed to go. And it
all
was
the malt and the not the malt, the like barley or whatever the
right. All the stuff, all the ingredients that that
ours was in like a mesh. To put it in a mesh bag.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, so yours was like all floaty in there?
Yeah. So, well, the key to it is that you're not supposed to move the container that much. So you're not supposed to disturb the stuff.
Yeah.
That's difficult to do.
Yeah, once it's in the thing.
Right, because you're trying to get this you're trying to get the beer out of the carboy, which is this big glass
Oh, that's
thing.
right. You did a carboy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever you brew, in a lot of cases, the process is, you have in the carboy, then it goes to another container for fermenting.
Mm-hmm.
This kit didn't have another container, and that wasn't part of this process. It was all done in this one thing. So,
because ours was like a 5-gallon bucket thing that had a spigot on the bottom.
Yeah. I had done this with...
We didn't do the carboy thing.
Yeah. And so I think that was where some of the confusion was with it.
Okay.
And some of the frustration. But I ended up getting about, we'll say 5.5 bottles.
Out of my 12.
Okay. Yes. And here we are.
You said this was supposed to be a double. It doesn't taste, it's very caramely, malty.
I'll let you on a secret. When I went to bottle, I realized that I had forgotten to add a 1 pound bag of malt to my beer.
Okay.
When I realized this, I freaked out a little, and I went to the internet to see if what I could do about this.
How do I save my beer?
Some of them were like, don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Others were like, boil it, put it in there, cool it off, put it in now. I decided to not worry about it.
Okay.
So here we are. So there's a lot of caramel.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of sweetness, kind of.
Yeah.
A flash of sweetness. I mean,
it is pretty sweet.
There's some bitterness on the end there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean,
it's not bad.
No, it's not. It is not the worst beer that I've ever had. So I'm proud.
I think it's a good job. Yeah. That was your first one, right?
My first one.
Yeah.
And I don't feel so defeated that I'll never do this again because I definitely want to do it again now.
Yeah. Now you need another vessel.
I need to pay attention to the directions a little better. The other thing with the directions is that they were kind of tongue in cheek, kind of silly, not just straightforward directions. So, as I was going through it, I'm reading this,
like a Mad Lib type thing or something.
Just,
Yeah.
So
just tell me what I'm doing. Don't be funny.
Let's just get to
beer.
it.
It's serious.
But it worked out. It is. It's serious. Beer is serious business. But it worked out. And I mean, I
like it.
We are, we're just about done with all the bottles that
the 5 bottles of beer.
Yeah. So
I think it's good.
Yeah. So there is a way to add this to the Untapped app, and I think
you don't have to name it.
Yes, and I think that I might have actually put it on the list. Let's see.
We're talking. We have all of our beer that we drink is on the Untapped app.
Yes.
We use that every time. So try and follow us on that. We have a heavy conversation beer list. Check in. I can't check in.
All right. So this beer is it came from a recipe kit.
Okay.
It is called Centennial Smash IPA.
Centennial.
Yes, and it comes from Northern Brewer. I would say it's not half bad, and if you know anything about homebrew stuff, Northern Brewer is pretty big out there for all of that. I do like this. I do like it. I'm proud that I was able to make something that hasn't killed anybody. So
right. Great.
You got to start there.
Where was it from again? I'm sorry.
Northern Brewer Homebrew Supply.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so you can actually add homebrews to Untapped.
There's a lot of Centennial Smash in here.
Yes. So malty, caramely, hoppy, bitter. I think that pretty much describes what we've got right here.
A lot of people I know.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, so
lovely. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate you sharing your homebrew with us.
So every so often, we'll have to do more.
Maybe I should get back into that. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
We should probably do like a heavy conversation beer.
Ooh.
I was thinking they have here in Portland, and I'm sure in other cities where, if you're listening to this, you should look. They have brew shops where you go to these places, you brew the beer, you pick out the beer, you brew it. They store it there for you. You go back and you do the whole process.
Oh, nice.
So it is a much...
Well, maybe I'll do that instead of buying all the stuff.
Totally.
Because it was hard in an apartment that I live in, it's hard sometimes to get the correct temperature, to hold it, to store it.
Yeah.
You got to have it at certain degrees so it
Totally.
the yeast activates, but then you don't want it to go too, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So going to a place to do that is much better.
That's what it's called, brew?
Yeah. There's at least one here in town that is...
Okay. That's another...
And I think it's like letter U. Brew.
Not a Y.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways. Yeah, and I mean, it's a good way to do it. I think it's a really cool way to do it if you've ever wanted to brew your own beer, but you aren't sure how to start, because they also have people at these places that will help you with your brew.
The experts.
So that way you're learning, you're not going to mess up your beer, and you end up with something awesome by the time you leave. So that is probably what I will try to do next time. So we should do that for a heavy conversation.
Here's yours. Sorry, I'm just finding your Centennial Smash IPA.
Yeah.
So I can add it to mine. Check in. What should I give it? A 3? Well, 3.
I think
3.5.
I give it a 2.5. I mean, I'd probably...
Okay, I like it. It was good. 3.
I mean, I'm going to drink it either way.
Well, yeah.
You've got to. If you brew your beer, it's a badge of honor, I
drink
guess.
It, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
All right. So I have done this advocating thing with I've made sure massage therapists are fine working on bigger bodies.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't be, but whatever.
Right.
Just before I go in.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger guy.
Right.
Whatever. I want to make sure that whoever's working on me is going to be fine with that.
Kind of let them know ahead of time.
Yeah. And I'm I want to make sure you have the right table that can actually hold me,
Absolutely.
You have the bigger, the heavier table and all that kind of stuff. I think is important when you're going places.
And we're at a place right now where you still have to do a lot of the legwork on those things. You have to call ahead. You have to talk to places. You have to do the research to find, providers of healthcare or whatever services you're looking for who are going to be who are going to work for your needs.
Yes.
But I think there are people out there who are trying to solve some of these problems in different ways, like Algo.
Yes.
Algo is an app that is in beta right now that's here in Portland that tells you about the places that you might want to go, what the seating is like, if it's going to be roomy enough for you, what are you going to be able to go into the place and find a place to sit? Or are you going to be stuck trying to get into a booth that you might not fit into? Are the chairs secure? All these kind of things that are good to know. I think we're going to see more services like that kind of popping up. So
it's like Fat Yelp.
Yeah, Fat Yelp. Yes. I don't know why they didn't just use that name.
Fat Yelp. No, I don't know.
Or Yelp. If you work at Yelp and you're listening.
Felp. I don't know.
If you work at Yelp and you're listening, Fat Yelp. Yeah. That's what we want.
No, don't do that because Algo's doing it.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Don't listen to us.
Yeah,
Yelp people.
Don't listen to us. There's also another service that it's some kind of website that connects people with body positive activity trainers, yoga people.
Okay.
And
Oh, is that the thing here?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I can't remember
I know,
what it's called.
We talk about a lot of things that are here in Portland just because there's a lot of that kind of body positive stuff happening here.
Yeah, because we went to the body love yoga thing, and it's part of that.
Yeah.
I need to go back to that. It was so funny. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, there are services that are starting to pop up, and it's a positive thing. But it really, we're still at a point where you have to just like put your foot down and say, no, this is what I need, this is what I want, and go for it. Definitely look for resources. Try to find Facebook groups. Talk to people that you know.
Yeah,
you can find different kinds of resources. Use your networks to see what you can find.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Everyone's got the same issues.
Totally. And with a lot of healthcare providers now, they are making it so it's easy for you to contact them, online. You create an account and you're able to talk to them and be like, hey, look, this is my thing.
You can do the virtual appointment things or whatever. I've done that. And then you can talk to someone about whatever.
And you can find out all about
or just call them, call their offices and be like, hey, this is my deal. Right. Can you accommodate me or not? And then there you go. Then you can move on So
then you're good.
Stand up, tell them what you need.
Yep.
Advocate for yourself. That's our biggest takeaway from this episode. If you have any,
can
take any away.
Yep.
And get professional help when you're trying to do home brews, maybe.
Yes. Get a professional for sure. My next home brew, I'll be bringing in a pro.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thanks, Bruce. I appreciate you again sharing your home brew and your experiences.
Thank you, Jody. We launched a new Chubster.com.
Oh, yes. A lovely new site.
Redesigned website. It's awfully fancy.
Go check it out, everyone.
Yeah.
You can go listen to our episodes on Chubster.com or Bearskin.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes.
Subscribe to us.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.